PodcastRadio.com, and good morning. It's 8:46. Indiana Borough Police Chief Justin Schawl joins us in the studio this morning. Our conversation brought to you by Marcus & Mack, voted best personal injury law firm in the Best of Indiana County contest. Marcus & Mack, a law firm representing injured people. Good morning.
Good morning.
It's good to have you back with us this morning. We just heard in our last half hour from Rob Heinrich, Indiana area's acting superintendent, about summer plans within the school district. I think people might not really realize that there is a really strong partnership between Indiana Borough Police in particular, and the school district. It's a pretty important thing too, isn't it?
That's right. We do have a public safety partnership with the school district. I'm very proud of it. Appreciate all the work that Superintendent Heinrich and Superintendent Vukovic have done, not only for my children at the schools, but for all of our children at the schools. And the police department extremely proud to be able to plug in for that type of community success. So we have a robust police presence at all of our schools. Should not serve as a concern and has not served as a concern that's reached us from the students or the teachers. We're there for positive support, and positive support we will give them all the time. Of course, we're there to handle the negative that happens too, but fortunately for all of us in Indiana Borough and our Indiana community, those times are far less, or well overshadowed by all the positive impact that we're able to achieve, and the students and the teachers and the staff have been wonderful. So it's really been a great opportunity, not only for the police department, but for us to extend our public safety reach into Indiana Area School District.
And it's Indiana Borough Police, but you do extend, since the district extends beyond Indiana Borough into White Township, you handle that too.
That's right. The Indiana Area School District asked that we take over or that we come on board with them to assist with their public safety needs. And so, in essence, we become a primary responder to the school district. But it's not just about police response. It's about programming. It's about joint training between staff and officers. It's about district-wide success, response plans, emergency plans. And so it's very robust. But at the heart of it all is relationship building. And that's what I find most exciting and appealing about our partnership, is the opportunity for us to put faces and names to the police officers in uniform, and for us to connect on a personal level and a professional level with the students, teachers, and faculty and staff. And so we have that opportunity above and beyond the response, above and beyond the training, above and beyond all of the things that we do. We have, strategic plan in place, and we're executing that strategic plan with the school district. And again, really couldn't be more satisfied with the first 6 months of that partnership.
Yeah, I think probably for me, as somebody outside looking in, the most rewarding aspect of it would be that you get to work with young children and give them the opportunity to learn what police are and who police are and what you do, and sort of eliminate the fear factor that might emanate from the fact that there's a great big guy with a uniform on walking down the hallway.
Yeah, that's very important. Building good citizens. That's how really we phrased it, or that, we want to make sure that we take our students and our community by the hand at a very young age and be able to walk them through their life at the school district and until they graduate, to build good citizens, to build positive police-citizen interactions, to show that, despite what you may see or may hear in a really negative incident, that you have people who very genuinely care about community success. And, really, as I think about Indiana Borough and greater Indiana County, I think of how many people we have working towards a greater community success, and it's quite impressive. And Superintendent Heinrich, certainly one of those people, Superintendent Vukovic, one of those people, you, Todd, one of those people. And, I hope that my legacy, when things are all said and done here for me in Indiana, could be that, I was someone that was working towards community success at all. And, of course, I have a great staff. The police department is above and beyond my expectations for certainly what success looks like. And so I'm just very proud and very honored.
Does Axel ever get out into the schools?
Axel is in the schools every opportunity that he gets. If Axel's out here during school hours, or even during a school after school hours, he's with somebody, or at least engaging. And we have a second K-9 scout who's also engaging, and people will see him throughout the community training. He's a man trailing bloodhound, AKC certified bloodhound, came to us. Both dogs came to us from Kentucky, but he is new to Indiana. He's getting to know Indiana, and he and his handler are working hard to achieve their training certifications as quickly as possible so that we can, again, plug in a way that, although less traditional, certainly effective for 2023 and beyond.
We think about Indiana Borough Police and its relationship with Indiana Area School District. There, of course, is another big school here in Indiana Borough, and the Indiana University of Pennsylvania, with its own police agency with which you work cooperatively as well. Summertime becomes a different time of year because of the campus dynamic, and so the bulk of the students will be back in the fall, and things will change again. But for summertime, there's still a lot of activity around campus and around downtown Indiana. It's maybe a different feel to it than at other times of the year, but it's still, the basic challenge of being a police officer.
That's right. Our task never changes, and it would seem that when our student population leaves that this should be a downtime, but that would be a false judgment. We are busy 365 days a year. And just because the student population, or at least a large portion of the student population leaves, we still have a community. We still have a vibrant community. And oftentimes we find that our community members and our community members from outside the general Indiana borough or maybe White Township area, we see them more frequently. Mm-hmm. And I don't know that they're staying away. That wouldn't be a fair statement to make. But certainly we're engaging with them far more often because there's less of a need to concentrate on some of the hotspot areas that produce themselves when or present themselves when IUP is in session. But to your point, we have a great partnership with IUP. And the IUP Police Department is an integral part of Indiana Borough's public safety, as is the Sheriff's Department, as is the District Attorney's Office, as is the Pennsylvania State Police. So we all work together, and we're all working together for community success, and really that's what makes Indiana Borough, Indiana County for the most part, so special, is because we have no shortage of issues or negative things that happen, no shortage of public safety concerns, but we have an abundance of heart, we have an abundance of skill, we have an abundance of character, and that will see us through.
I think one of the interesting aspects of what it is that you do and the entire police force is that it's such a multifaceted job, the various different things that you're called upon to do. Of course, keeping the peace and making people comfortable, so that they know that they're protected and as safe as can possibly be. That's one aspect of it. Traffic detail is a very important part of what you do. The under the covers sort of quiet investigations that go on. There are drug investigations happening all the time. You're trying to keep the streets safe from drug dealers. That's all happening. Various incidents that might happen in an overnight. All of these things are a part of what you do within a police force, and the amount of training that must go into it, and the vigilance in keeping up your various skills and techniques and teamwork aspects. It takes a tremendous amount of dedication from a whole force.
It does, and it takes a lot of time and a lot of planning and a lot of coordination and a lot of dedication. And certainly, as a community police department, there are very few specialists, and that's in any community because we all need to be specialists in every facet. Just like you said, traffic enforcement may be the most important thing today, but tomorrow there may be a serious investigation that requires lots of investigative ability in a criminal realm, or there may be a relationship building opportunity at the schools, and so everyone picks up. Everyone does exactly what they need to do, and it's because everyone's well trained, high character. I mean, those are the hallmarks of what we hope Indiana Police can be now and in the future. And I'll tell you, the first line of our mission statement is we exist to enhance the quality of life of our community. But I will tell you, living day to day in the public safety realm, enhancing the quality of life of our community means probably no less than 1,000 different things. Yeah. So it's always about decision making. It's about resource allotment. It's about workforce development. It's about morale, motivation, positive momentum. All these things are so important, and so it's why I get no rest because, and then no officers get really the rest that they deserve. But that's because we understand how fragile things are, how important things are, and just how committed we have to be.
And I know that you and every other police officer, everybody involved in a community, are very concerned when you get to summertime because, a kid that's heading off to Mack Park might be excited about that, might bolt across the street. So when we talk about traffic enforcement, we're also talking about traffic alertness, and we need everybody to be alert for kids this summer.
I don't think I could say that any better. I think once a crash occurs, it doesn't really matter whose fault it is. So it's everyone's responsibility to slow down, to drive safely, to follow the rules. Understand that when you're driving through an intersection as a motorist, the pedestrian on the sidewalk may be entering that intersection. They may be distracted. In our world today, there's no shortage of distractions. I mean, there's bicycles, there's electric bicycles, there's electric scooters, there's kids on their telephones and cell phones, and not everyone is as attentive as they need to be. And that goes for our motorists too sometimes. So we all need to do our part. Traffic enforcement is for everyone's safety, it's for everyone's benefit, and we all have to do our part. If I could prevent every negative and tragic thing that could occur, that's exactly what I'd like to do. I'd like to prevent it instead of investigate it. But certainly that requires community buy-in, community support, and, they call them accidents oftentimes for a reason, because they're not intentional.
Sure.
It's a momentary lapse of judgment that leads to something terrible, and those are the things that we want to try to avoid.
Yep, there are accidents that are preventable, some that are not. We want to do whatever we can to prevent accidents. Chief, thanks for coming by.
Thank you.
We appreciate it.
Have a great summer.
It is the voice of Indiana County. It's WCCS 101.1 FM, AM 1160, and WCCSradio.com, 2 before 9.